Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can I have your mark sheets, please? Thank you. I'm Claire and this is Sandra. What's your name?
I'm Roberto.
How old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
Thank you. And what's your name?
I'm Simone.
How old are you?
I'm 14.
Simone, where do you live?
I live in Bucinasco near Milan.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mom, with my father, with my brother and my sister.
Thank you. And Roberto, where do you live?
I also live in Bucinasco.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mom, my dad and my sister.
Thank you. Roberto, tell us about a teacher you like.
So I really like my Italian teacher because she really makes us feel part of the lesson, showing us things on the chalkboard and to make us understand really hard concepts. And so with her lessons, you really understand very well some concepts.
How often do you use a mobile phone, Roberto?
I use it every day, and I use it just to chat with my friends and maybe sometimes watch some videos.
Simone, how do you get to school every day?
I take the bus near my house and then I have to take the subway.
Mm-hmm. Which do you like best, the morning or the afternoon?
I like the afternoon.
Why?
Because you can chill yourself, you can have time for yourself. Because the morning is too busy, you have to go to school, you have to go to work. So the afternoon you can relax and enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Now, I'd like each of you to talk on your own about something. I'm going to give each of you a photograph and I'd like you to talk about it. Roberto, here is your photograph. It shows someone learning how to do something. Simone, you just listen. Roberto, please tell us what you can see in the photograph.
Okay, so there's two girls who are following a recipe on the iPad, and they are in the kitchen, and probably they're making a mess because you can see all the eggs on the table. So, and they are having fun. They are working together, and one of the girls has a dress, a white and black dress. One of the girls has curly hair, and a t-shirt and some jeans.
Talk about other things you can see in the photograph.
So they are probably making a cake because with the flour and eggs, usually you make a cake. There is a salt or a sugar, and yeah, they're in a kitchen, and here there are some shelves with some food.
Thank you. Simone, here is your photograph. It shows someone at home after school. Roberto, you just listen. Simone, please tell us what you can see in the photograph.
So in the photograph I can see a boy who is watching a football match. Probably his favorite football team is playing right now. He's alone at home because nobody is sitting next to him. He's in his living room, probably. He's wearing trousers and a shirt, a white shirt. There is a table in the middle of the living room, and on the table there are some cards, a candle, a pen, papers. I think he's having a really good time because I think he really likes watching football team playing.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet, please? Now, in this part of the test, you're going to talk about something together for about 2 minutes. I'm going to describe a situation to you. Some students from a small village school are going on a trip to their capital city. Here are some of the activities they could do there. Talk together about the different activities they could do in their capital city and say which would be the most interesting. All right, now talk together.
So I think going to the gallery could be an option, but
It could
maybe
be
it's
boring
a boring.
at the same time.
Yeah, a bit boring.
What about visiting an ancient castle?
Yeah, I think that could be nice because you get to know more about the culture of the city,
Yeah.
watching an ancient monument. Or maybe also going
Yeah,
to
they
the
could also
stadium
go to a stadium.
because it's more entertaining, you see more action.
Yeah, they can have fun, they can eat together.
But maybe going to the football stadium, you can do that in every city. While I don't know, going to the having a visit of
Yeah.
the city with a bus, you can't do it everywhere because
yeah.
every city is
It
different.
gives you the opportunity to see the city
Yeah.
better. But what about the transport museum?
I think that could be an interesting visit because you get to see old things which are maybe typical
Yeah.
from the city.
And what about the going shopping, going to the markets?
I think that could be nice
Yeah, they could
because you get
buy-
to buy stuff which is typical from the place.
They could buy gift for
Yeah,
their
gifts for
friends,
their
for
friends.
their family.
Or maybe also going to the zoo, but maybe, I don't know.
Because there are zoos everywhere
Yeah,
in every city,
so
so you
it's-
can't learn more
Yeah.
about the city you're visiting. So I think the bus,
Yeah, the bus visit is
yeah,
the most
the bus
unique
travel.
thing to do.
yeah.
Thank you. Roberto, would you like to have more school trips?
Yes, especially in other interesting cities in Italy, big cities like Milan, maybe a bit more often, Milan, Geneva or Rome, which is...
What about you, Simone?
Yeah, I would like to have more trips, more school trips, probably abroad, so you can understand better different cultures. You can learn another language, and you're gonna have fun with friends in another place.
What do you need to take when you go on a trip?
I think you have to bring a bag or a school backpack, but you have to bring food to eat and something to drink, because probably the place you visit is in the middle of nowhere and there aren't shops to buy things. And then you have to bring your sunglasses if the weather is sunny.
Do you prefer to go on trips with your friends or with your family?
I prefer going with friends because we can hang out, we can have really good time together. With the family, you go to the museum, to the stadium, to the cinema, but it's boring.
Do you agree, Roberto?
Yeah, I think it depends because with your friends you can do whatever you like. You can go wherever you want. While with the family you have to follow your parents.
What do you think is the best time of year to visit a city?
I think it probably if you're young, summer, because you go to the beach and sorry, and you can have a good time at the beach. You can go in the ocean, so it's really nice. But maybe there's too warm, so in the winter. Some cities are not good to visit in the winter because, like New York, it's way too cold to visit it. So I think the best option is summer or maybe also fall.
Okay. And which do you think is more interesting, visiting the countryside or visiting a city?
So I think that the city, there's more stuff to do.
It's better.
And it's easier, more stuff in a smaller space.
Yeah, while the countryside,
You're in the middle of nowhere
yeah,
and
you
don't
can
have
do
much to do.
almost anything.
And I think it's easier also to stay in the city because there's shops where
Yeah.
you can buy
But I
things.
think if you want to relax yourself,
Yeah, and have
you have to go to the
Yeah.
countryside so you can hear the sound of the nature and you can relax.
yeah.
Thank you. That is the end of the test.
Thank you.